Hey guys, it's Infinite. Today we're playing some Domination on Villa. So recently, obviously, as you guys know, I haven't been posting as much as I previously had. And my last commentary that I did on Gunbound, I thought it was a good commentary. I thought it was well thought out. But what I haven't done in a really long time is those commentaries where I talk about stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with Call of Duty. And there was a time where I was doing a lot of those, and they were well received. You guys really enjoyed what I was talking about, and I got positive feedback on those. But it's been bothering me because I've been wanting to bring you guys content like that, but since, like I said, I used up all my topics so fast, I haven't had anything really to talk about. So, in some just thinking time, like I said, I usually think when I'm laying down, getting ready to go to sleep, something just popped into my head. And this is an idea I think about a lot, but I just never remember it when I want to make a commentary. So, the topic today is, it's really my theory behind, hold on a second. Okay, sorry, something stuck in my throat. But it's my theory behind why people play online games so much more than, say, I don't know, Fallout, Mass Effect, I don't know, something like that. So, when you think about the quality of the game, you think about something like Mass Effect, think about something like Dragon Age, think about something like Fallout, Final Fantasy. The games offer so much more variety than Call of Duty does as a whole. Think about it. I mean, these games have a good 40, 50 hours minimum of different things that you could do. Call of Duty has a 6 to 8 hour campaign and a bunch of maps that are generally similar to each other. I mean, they play out similar to each other, and there's not much variation. So, I always think to myself, like, why do people play so much Call of Duty when something like, I don't know, Mass Effect, like the games I was just talking about, offer so much more content? And I'm sure a lot of you guys don't think of this, but I know the answer. I have my own theory on it. You guys could leave some comments in the description. Let me know what you guys think on it. My theory is it's the fact that human interaction cannot be perfected. Therefore, you want to work harder and harder to become better, but there's no such thing as being better. I mean, there's no such thing as being perfect. You keep getting better and better and better. There's no such thing as being as good as you could possibly be. Let me explain. So, you're playing Mass Effect. I'm going to use Mass Effect as an example. You figure out how everything works throughout the game. You play it 2 times. 1 time on casual, 1 time on normal. You know how it works out. Then you get to the point where you're good enough where you could rate the game on whatever the hardest difficulty is, hardcore or whatever. I don't know what it's called in that game, but you could beat it on the hardest difficulty, no problems. Not even thinking about it. You just because you know how all the enemies are going to attack you. Because AI, as complicated as they can make it, it's predictable. In Madden, you don't want to play the computer that long. After a while, you get bored of the computer and want to play people. That is because AI is only so good. In NHL, I figured out a way of scoring every time with a certain deke move on the goalie. In Madden, I have plays that work every single time I use them. I mean, I haven't played much of any other sports game to figure out those type of glitches, but every sports game I've played to this day, I find a way of outdoing the computer, and that way, they just can't stop it. When I play a human, they could stop it, but when I play a computer, they can't stop it. So going back to Call of Duty, people play Call of Duty constantly. I mean, even if it's if you're like I was in COD 4, you had a 1.4. I think I had like a 1.47. I think maybe it's a 1.5 now. I've been playing a little bit more recently. I have that KD, and at that time, that was a good KD. I was working to get it better, but now I think that KD's shit. So when I got Modern Warfare 2, I was shooting for like a 3 KD. And it took me the whole length of that game to get the 3 KD, to understand spawns, to understand how people play. Then Black Ops comes out. I'm not as hooked to getting better than I am now, because I'm about a 4 KD player, and I'm not addicted to getting any better than I am now. I understand the game enough for me to do as well as I do, and I kind of feel like when I don't do good, it's because cheap tactics are used against me for the most part. But there's a lot more that I could do than what I do. Um, you guys see how Market J plays. He does the spawn trap thing in Demolition. I can learn Demolition spawns. I don't enjoy doing that, and I know Wings of Redemption feels that you don't have a real KD if you do that. And I agree with him in a sense because a lot of times you're playing horrible teams, and once you and I know from previous experience, a lot of those people like Market J and GFX Lab, and I love them. They're great guys. I was friends with GFX at one time, but they go around and they don't play the hard teams. They just wait until they play a bunch of bad kids, and then it's impossible. They just rape them and spawn, and it's a little bit wrong to do with KD. And I don't feel like it does. I feel like it gives you a KD that's not really what it should be. But that's totally different topic. I don't want to go off in that direction. But there's so many things I can learn that I don't know about Call of Duty. And like I said, I'm bored of Call of Duty, but I'll usually venture out into another online experience and learn that one better. But it's always my primary game is always always an online game, and my secondary game is always a game like Fallout or something. And it's funny because in reference to time, if someone plays Fallout 200 hours, they're considered a loser. Or maybe not a loser, but like when they talk to their friends, they're like, damn, you played that game a lot. I mean, you may be a loser to some, to other, you might just be a completionist and you might be good at the game, stuff like that. But anyway, I played Fallout 3 probably a good 80 hours, right? That's that's a lot of time for Fallout, a decent amount of time. Guess what? I played Black Ops probably, I think I have like 5 or 6 days on it, and I feel like I barely play the game. 5 to 6 days, let's do the math. 24, 48, 72, 96, 120. So that's five. I think I have about 5 days on. That's 120 hours on Black Ops. Fallout, a game that I felt like I played a ton more than Black Ops, not even close in time. You know, and that's something that people don't realize too. Why is it why is it that time goes by so much faster when you're playing human beings compared to AI? And I'm not just at a point in time I felt like I was only speaking for myself with this argument and this theory, but I feel like this theory is good for a good I want to say at least 90% of gamers. I know there's people who just play single players kind of steer away from the online, but I know casual gamers that just play single players. Well, not just play, but primarily play single players, and they still don't even realize it. They could beat 3 RPGs, right? An average RPG is about 40 hours. That's 120 hours. If they play Call of Duty over a year, only 5 days, and that's like everyone plays at least 5 days of Call of Duty over a year. That's the same amount of time it took them to beat those 3 RPGs. So I don't know, guys. If you guys ever, I'm not sure if you guys ever thought of this idea, but like I said, I just feel my main argument is that human AI is impossible to perfect. You could never. It's endless. It's endless. If I just said, I'm not sure if I just said human AI, but if I did, that's an error. Um, just the way humans think, it's unpredictable. That's why. Why do you think some people could do amazing against good teams, but can't do good against bad teams? I do better in domination against good teams, not good teams, but people who try to win because they're rushing for B flag, and I can predict where they're going to be. When I'm playing bad teams that are camping in their spawn, that'll throw me off even more than an MLG team that's giving me good competition. So, I don't know, guys. Just some food for thought. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this whole idea that I presented to you guys. And this gameplay is over. Final score is 40-4. Sorry I didn't really talk about it. This is Class of FAMAS Silence Dual Mag. I want to say I'm using Flak Jacket, Sleight of Hand, Flak Jacket, Warlord, Marathon. Alright, guys. Talk to you guys next time. See ya.